As you've seen on your screens, those are the world leaders that have gathered here from all the other South Asian countries except Pakistan, and now you know for what good reason. You've had the Mauritius chief, the Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, the Prime Minister of Bhutan, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, as well as the President of the Maldives have all gathered there. They've all gone to greet Narendra Modi on stage after the cabinet photograph after the swearing-in has taken place. A quick update on the swearing-in ceremony. Let's take them. Joyita Basu, here we have last time around Narendra Modi's cabinet 2019. It began with about 24 ministers of cabinet rank, 9 ministers of MOS, independent charge, and 24 ministers of state. So it was a 57-member swearing-in ceremony plus the PM 58. Today we have 72. It looks like it's done. We're not expecting anything else now in the next few days.
Well, no, I think right now it is done, but yes, there are small, I'm certain, one or two portfolios here and there will be coming in. So, but right now I do not see, this is at least for the next 6 months, 1 year, or maybe even 2 years. I think this will continue.
Okay, Alok Mehta, ho gaya show of unity for all the people who said Chandrababu Naidu has a problem, Nitish has a problem, there will be negotiation, they'll get top ministries, this, that, show of unity is over. That silence now?
I think they should accept it, the realities, and all sections from all over India. People and the caste combination is also there, states are there, and NDA, real democratic alliance, democratic and nationalist. BJP is there in the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. I think the right signal for the parliament session also, because we expect that the Congress party, what Rahul Gandhi just now did on this attack, because they are talking like a political party. Nowhere in the world, not in France and America or Britain, they attack, terrorist attack, but never opposition speak like this. But we hope that in parliament they will discuss and attack the Pakistan, not the
the chances are zero. We know that's not going to happen. Okay, I was being told by people the other day that India is becoming like Pakistan. Then I was being told this morning that why didn't we invite the Pakistani Prime Minister? We need peace and tranquility with Pakistan. Well, the tali from two sides. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, you can put you in your place, but anyway, that's like I said, for the people of Pakistan now to figure out. Himanshu, but on the cabinet itself, one of the longest swearing-in ceremonies, 72 people, including the Prime Minister, have not taken oath. Now, is this done? All the people having conversations about unsurety, this, that, all done. Have we put out as the NDA a show of unity, stable government?
Show of unity, that's been done. And for 72, as long as this third term lasts, I see maybe 1 or 2 included somewhere in between if the need comes. Otherwise, this is going to be the pattern, and this is going to be the 72 that are going to run Modi 3.0 till Modi 3.0.
Okay, let's talk about the people, Himanshu Bhatt, because Amit Shah is back in cabinet. Of course, Rajnath Singh is back, Nitin Gadkari is back, Jai Shankar is back, Nirmala Sitharaman back. Do you expect any changes? Jitan Ram Manjhi, of course, is coming in cabinet. HD Kumaraswamy coming into a senior cabinet rank. Do you expect any changes in the top 4 cabinet committee on security?
I don't foresee any changes in the top 4, but I do expect Manohar Lal Khattar, a fellow like Manohar Lal Khattar, getting education because of his background.
Okay,
and because of his this education system that needs a revamp. I expect that to happen, and Shivraj Singh Patil getting something like agriculture.
Yeah, Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Yes.
Shivraj Singh Chauhan getting agriculture. That is what I expect. But otherwise, top 4 I don't expect. I expect Devendra Fadnavis type of a fellow ruling the party. With all these people in the cabinet,
Devendra Fadnavis got a big headache in front of him in Maharashtra, so that could happen. But the bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, the reason for that is because JP Nadda has been inducted into the cabinet, which means that the role of BJP president is now open. But Shivraj Singh Chauhan has been inducted. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Just NCP will join in the next few days because there was some infighting there also, and maybe because of the state minister. So I think they will solve it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay. Because we should also add for our viewers that the NCP will also join, because otherwise people will say, okay, NCP is still not there, the fighting is going on, but not with the ruling.
No. So they
coalition.
probably will join. So you may see the cabinet expand by 1 or 2. Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel both were there at the swearing-in ceremony. Remember, it cuts both ways. If somebody is trying to convince them to go back to Sharad Pawar, they're also trying to convince Sharad Pawar to come with them. It cuts both ways. Sumit Peer, a lot of the old faces back. Obviously, some notable exceptions. Anurag Thakur is not there. Smriti Irani is not there. Anurag won. Smriti lost her seat. VK Singh did not get a ticket this time, but he spent 10 years in government, the former army chief. So there are some notable abstentions, but then a lot of entries, JP Nadda being one of them. But obviously, Ajay Shankar is going to go back to foreign affairs. It makes no sense. He's a domain expert. Ashwini Vaishnav is back. Piyush Goyal is back. A lot of the ministers, Kiran Rijiju is back. Meghwal is back. Dharmendra Pradhan, Dharmendra Yadav. A lot of people getting more than a second opportunity.
Rishabh ji, this is exactly what we were discussing on the day of polling. I think it was the day of results, 4th of June, when you and me were saying that the Cabinet Committee of Security, all the important ministries, including Speaker, including Parliamentary Affairs, Education, all Modi ji will keep. What Modi ji has shown by this ministry and the formation, what I see, Modi ji has not even given an inch. If you read broadly, all the major allies get one cabinet and one MOS. The smaller allies get one MOS. I think one of the lucky persons is Jayant Chaudhary with 2 seats. He could get a MOS. And I have seen a lot of new faces from Orissa. I'm seeing a lot of new faces from West Bengal. I am seeing faces from the areas where the BJP has gained. And I think if you look at the states, equal representation is given. The heavyweights like Manohar Lal ji, Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji, and they are there. And we wanted Saravanan Sonowal to continue, Nirmala ji to continue, Amit Shah ji to continue, Rajnath Singh to continue. So there's continuation. You know what the rumor was that Modi ji is going to budge. Oh, 4 cabinet minister mang rahe, 5 cabinet minister mang rahe, speaker mang rahe. There's a unity, there's a chaos. But you see, it exactly works to what we are predicting. Nothing changed.
Yes.
Nothing changed.
Narendra Modi is running his government and he's giving.
Modi way.
And he's having the allies in ministries. Some of them will get important ministries. For example, Jitin Ram Manjhi is single MP technically, but he's become a cabinet minister. And yes, Jayant has come in. Jayant will probably now come in by Rajya Sabha, so there'll be 3 members of parliament from his party, and of course he gets MOS independent charge. Quickly, let me get Dr. Rao into this. Dr. Rao, a lot of priorities that need to get done. A lot of things that need to happen. The team to do it is going to be roughly the same.
Yes. I am waiting, like I said earlier, the top few remain the same because they have been performing. We need now performers in education, in health, I think there may be someone more dynamic than the previous health minister and the education minister. And we need someone to really push the agriculture. I don't know if Kumaraswamy may get his wish of getting the agriculture or Shivraj Chauhan will be made agriculture minister.
Could be.
But we really need push on these things. Agriculture is one of the biggest employers in India. It is also important for the rural economy, and the rural, I think Modi ji will really focus on the rural side, and he also needs someone really dynamic in the science and technology sector.
Okay. So Ashwini Vaishnav has been there. Jitendra Singh returns as MOS independent charge. He's been forever MOS because he primarily has the portfolio, which is the PM portfolio. He's done a good job with it. So that's why he doesn't get cabinet rank in that sense as a minister, a full minister. But he stays there. He's probably going to get Department of Space and Personnel and all the others back. Joyita, it obviously makes sense. You retain Jay Shankar in external affairs. You don't want to suddenly give him railways. So some of them are predictable. Officially, the list has not been released. We know which rank they've gotten, but which portfolios they've gotten. We're waiting for the official list. Rest is speculation, obviously, Joyita.
Well, I would say Jay Shankar will definitely get foreign ministry, Minister of External Affairs. And it would make sense if they continue Mr. Gadkari in road transport and this thing, because he is known as a man who builds big and builds. Apart from that, when it comes to Rajnath Singh, Amit Shah and Nirmala Sitharaman.
Might be a swap around somewhere there.
Yes, there could be some ministry swapping here and there. I don't know which way Piyush Goyal will be going.
Difficult one to say that an Amit Shah, they have somebody else as a home minister other than Amit Shah.
Yeah, but some of the ministers.
Railway and the transport, the infrastructure. I think the major problem about the economy also. I think because we have to give more emphasis how investment can come. The situation is such that we want for employment, self-employment, the schemes which Prime Minister announced. So I think they will work very hard. And for 100 days, I think very soon in next week also you will get some information. In the Parliament also they announced So it will be a very good opening, at least for the country of.
Okay, Sumit, does it primarily matter? Does every portfolio really matter in a team? You saw Narendra Modi holding a team meeting before the swearing-in ceremony. Now you know that was the team. So does it really matter in a team who actually gets which portfolio?
Rishabh ji, the most important thing which Modi ji wanted to communicate, remember when he addressed the NDA, all the people who have won, he said, अब पिछले 10 साल ट्रेलर थे आगे देखो होगा क्या so for that he needs continuity he wants to show he is controlling the things and all the people who have been doing the good work will continue to do the good work. I have one prediction here, you will see some parallel ministries come up. I doubt there will be a Ministry of Internal Security, there will be a Ministry of Finance and there will be a Ministry of Investments, which might be both cabinet ministries. So it's not that commerce will handle everything. You might have a separate Minister of Investments only. You might have a Minister of Internal Security while there will be a Home Minister. So that is how he will do wherever there have been gaps. Especially, people like Giriraj Singh ji getting ministry also talks a lot. Usually he's a hot potato to touch, but him getting a ministry and giving some of the few people to sworn in, then he has to accommodate heavy lights like Khattar Saab, Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji and all. But if you look overall, I think it is continuity of Modi 3.0 from 2.0. That is what the Honorable Prime Minister has been saying.
Okay, it is continuity with fresh faces. The allies have been accommodated. There might be more additions as we go along. But Himanshu, but does it matter? It's the same team which now needs to get to work. It's in principle the same team. They might swap a portfolio or two, but in principle it's the same team.
So I don't expect a major shift for at least 100 days or for few months. After that, even for example, this budget, I don't expect anyone else to come up with in July to come up with a budget in the place of Nirmala Sitharaman.
Okay, yes, because a budget has to be released. Okay, budget has to be released. Dr. Rao wants to make an interjection. Dr. Rao, go ahead.
I think there is another important point that Modi ji will focus on. That is to reduce our dependence on China and we are still too dependent on China. We can't have a negative trade balance going on, and we shouldn't be dependent on them at all. Otherwise, our defense they will keep threatening.
Okay. So let's open this up. Let's open this up one separate time. Jyota, quick rejoinder. Then I want to open it up. I got a few minutes left.
My quick point is that you see also dependence on China. I'll talk about a little later. But I think you can get a strong message about in terms of he is rewarding performers. He's rewarding grassroots workers. So that is a very strong message.
So he's also brought in people who never been a member of parliament before. Okay, there is one from Delhi. There's another one, I think, from Gujarat. You were discussing with me a short while ago. These
Telangana.
are people who are councillors. They've gone straight from municipality straight to MOS. Okay, so they've come from the party ranks. So a little bit of that has been touched. You have your allies who have been covered. Your party stalwarts are there. Few of the chief ministers you've had to rope in. And you pull them into the center. So that part is there. But Joyita, now it converts into what needs to get done. In getting done with what you've just seen in terms of cabinet formation, with all pretty much the predicted faces who are back in the key ministries, is this a Narendra Modi 3.0 going for the big ones? One nation, one poll, UCC, all the really difficult things to do, or saying, let's shelve that, let's focus on economic changes which are going to be less contentious?
I think right now he is going to focus on the economic changes. And because when it comes to talking about reforms, that is what he has been also talking about. You will see what happens in the third. I mean, we have already put it in motion. Now we are going to go big. Because you see, ultimately, while one nation, one election is important, while UCC is important, let's also not forget about rural distress, for example, and that is being felt on the ground.
Yes.
So you see, these are the areas.
Okay. So no hurry on these matters. Sumit Peer, while he will be getting off on stage, somebody will be briefing him about what's happened in Riyasi, because Narendra Modi has literally been on stage for the past 2 hours. He'll be getting a briefing. So yes, those are all the kinds of matters that need to be dealt with, because administration and governance is now not dealing with the issues. The elections are over.
Correct. I think Riyasi, Rishabh ji, we need to have if I get this news and if we get to know this, one more surgical strike, one more Balakot, and this time let's take it to Rawalpindi. Let's take it to their stops. That is the only way to dismantle this tuta-futa Pakistan. The idea is very clear. Pakistan can never be a friend. And they are the people who are trying to talk of track to diplomacy. They were there, ISPR brigade, who is talking of we are going to open the trade relations. We want friendly relations with India. Is this how friends behave? Is this how friends do on a swearing-in ceremony?
But they're not friends. That we know. They're not friends.
Okay. They are absolute jihadis.
So
101%
Himanshu, but then is it going to be a measured approach, or do we see Narendra Modi now saying, no, go for it. The things that need to get done, just get done, and then let's.
He'll set an example. I have a feeling, he'll set an example now. This is probably the right time, This is probably the right time to set an example, and he'll set an example so that they never forget him.
Okay.
They don't talk of
No, but
anything.
is it the right time? Because Dr. Rao, within next week, literally in 4 or 5 days from now, the same Narendra Modi is going to be at a G7 meeting. Okay, so this is all going to happen very rapidly, because, like I said, elections are over. The world is now moving on, and Narendra Modi not only has a role here, he has a role in the international stage as well. Is this the right time to be reactive, or do we need to wait and watch and take it easy?
As far as I know, from whatever contacts I have in the Indian Armed Forces, they have had enough. And they have been waiting for the go-ahead. But they would also be planning on it. And obviously, all this can't be discussed by them. But he will not disturb till he goes for the G7 meeting and come. Meanwhile, he'll give time for the armed forces to plan it out. And if you remember, even on your channels and other channels, Kashmiris from the occupied Kashmir have been asking, why aren't you people helping?
They've been agitating and holding protests, obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is going to happen, but after the G7.
So this is what happens when you're Prime Minister. Suddenly all the issues are there all the time, all at once. But Alok Mehta, are there political issues also? Haryana is going to elections. We lost 5 seats there. You had won 10 out of 10 last time. There is obviously something that had to be figured out in UP. Something has gone wrong. It's not gone right. It's been upsetting for sure. There are elections that are coming up in Delhi. You have government formation. He'll be going for Chandrababu's swearing in very shortly. I'm sure he'll be there for the Odisha swearing in ceremony once they pick a chief minister. Are there political also considerations? Because one nation, one poll doesn't apply. So there'll be election in 6 months again.
No, for one nation, one election is not very in hurry, because we have other priorities, economy and then Jammu and Kashmir elections. Don't forget. This is the commitment in the Supreme Court also, and we are committed for the Jammu Kashmir Assembly elections. So priority will be the fight on this issue. POK, we need some action because of this terrorist attack, and it will help for the Jammu Kashmir, because Jammu Kashmir voted. 55%, more than 55% people were voting Anantnag and other areas.
Yes.
So I think this is the more challenge than the election of Haryana or local elections.
So let me take on the other challenge directly, because Joyita Basu, what has the verdict been from Punjab? The verdict from Punjab has been, we don't like the Shiromani Akali Dal. Okay, we gave the Aam Aadmi Party a chance at the state, but we are not absolutely gung-ho about them when it comes to the Lok Sabha, which was just a couple of years later. We are not really accepting fully of the BJP. We are sort of okay with the Congress. And in fact, we are so frustrated that a few lakh of us will even vote for Amritpal. That is something troubling the voter in Punjab. It has to be addressed, and now we have to address it together.
Yes, it has not only happened in Punjab, it has also happened in Kashmir. When you look at the Baramulla result, where this engineer Rashid won, defeating Omar Abdullah. So yes, there are pockets that this problem exists in Punjab. In fact, they need to really concentrate on Punjab, because you see that state is on the brink of going a different way, and Pakistan is just
no. So we are stuck on Punjab, because if you ask any questions, you are anti-Punjabi, anti-Sikh, anti-farmer. On the other side, you are Khalistani, you are anti-India. We are very badly getting stuck in a spiral, and we have to prevent that from happening. Sumit, obviously there is a problem, because the people of Punjab don't seem to be happy with their local parties, are not finding the adequate there is some sense of frustration there. That's the only thing that explains what has happened with Amritpal Singh, and that's something we need to react to very, very quickly.
I think, Rishabhji, you see, Punjab, Bhajpa or BJP did not have a cadre, and amidst not having a cadre and going alone for the first time in the history, they've got 4 seats, which is not too bad. I think if the cadre is there, if the local leadership is strengthened, in due course of time, 5 years down the line, People don't want Shrimani Akali Dal. They're tired with good old parties. Congress is the option because there is no other option. But if BJP comes up and has a mix of Hindu and Sikh leadership, which BJP has, then obviously Punjab should be something which would see a BJP government in due course of time. But what is worrying in Punjab and J&K is this Rashid Engineer, Amrit Pal, even Bein Singh, who killed Indira Gandhi ji, Bein Singh, his son has also won. These are the three things which
And of course, the grandson is become union minister as we speak. Alok Mehta, there is an issue. I want to just touch upon this because there is an issue. The voter of Punjab is telling you something, and we have to listen.
It's not only the political question. I think the Supreme Court should also help in this question. Because these kind of people, in the name of the democracy, if Amrit Pal and this person come in the parliament, what will happen? With the security of the parliament, the attack on parliament. We have suffered earlier also. So I think this time we also need some electoral changes earliest, and then West Bengal. Don't forget, Punjab and West Bengal will be priority like a Kashmir. We have to deal with these, to some extent, terrorism also.
Until you're convicted, under trial, under investigation, means nothing. Until you're convicted, you can fight elections and win, you can be in jail, as we've learned, obviously. But Himanshu Bhatt wants to make an interjection. Himanshu ji, go ahead.
Let me say something,
Sorry.
about Rashid Engineer, what we are talking about is, Rashid Engineer, there seems to be some message coming, some voices saying there that why Rashid Engineer may have been terror funding. There's no problem with that. They accept that. But then why is it that people who spread terror for so many years are walking scot-free there of PDP? You see, Mehbooba Mufti, PDP. And that is basically a sympathy vote and not sensitivity vote.
Okay, all right. It is a point. Mehbooba Mufti lost a seat. Mehbooba Mufti lost a seat. Joyita, quick interjection, then I want to ask a few more questions.
Rashid Engineer, because we have just done a report on that. The vote was primarily not so much for Rashid Engineer, but the vote was against Tihar jail. Because the message on the ground was that so many thousands of our youngsters are now locked up in Tihar jail. If we vote for even Rashid Engineer is also there. So if we are voting against this Tihar jail policy of the government.
So something now needs to give, a lot of calculations need to happen. All of these are of course independent conversations. But Joyita, quickly, now what then need to be priorities? There's a budget coming up, what needs to get done? What is this 100 days should be about that we need to get charged up from tomorrow onwards?
Well, apart from the usual in terms of whatever we are talking about, the government policies, if you are going to look at these specific states, Jammu Kashmir, I would say the beginning has already started, and it is to derail that beginning that has started, that is to derail the mainstreaming of Jammu Kashmir, that all these terrorist attacks and all that take place. So the government
so there has to be some security priority. There has to be, Alok Mehta, but when we say economic priority and security priority, they're all priorities. But what do you need to see in the next 100 days? Is it going to be incremental changes, policy announcements, big ticket announcements? What are you expecting?
I think big announcements in the parliament itself, because the Prime Minister himself, he will announce number of welfare schemes for employment, more priority, because the people are feeling bad that what government is doing. So I think the Prime Minister will announce some measure for the employment, for health services and for farmers. Agriculture, because the rainy
what
season
can he do bigger, Himanshu, but then he's not already announced, because Narendra Modi does not make small announcements. When he makes an announcement, he says 1 crore houses with solar panels. 80 crore people are going to get free ration. So the scale and therefore the bar is very, very high. What's the big ticket announcement now under Narendra Modi 3.0?
As far as the disturbed states are concerned, it's going to be individual state announcement. Jammu and Kashmir to an extent, Punjab needs, and Bengal certainly do need a central schemes and central announcement, which Mamata Di doesn't make it her own. It has to be made very, very clear that this is coming from center, because there again you have an issue of infiltration of Bangladeshi nationals, and so many of them, whether we like it or not, whether we have pushed them out or not, it's a fact of life that it is there. Even in Kolkata, in a place like Kolkata, there are apartments where 532 voters were there. They majority of them voted for BJP.
Yeah, but
we
do not see on the ground in Bengal the Bengali people coming out and saying that, listen, this is a problem for us. And then offense is taken that, listen, if we say that we don't want BJP, you say no, Bangladesh came and voted against BJP. So I don't want to draw the conclusions on that count. Sumit Peer, what is a big ticket announcement? When we say 100 days, so much anticipation built up. After the bar has been set by Narendra Modi when he sent 10% this and multi-crores of that and hundreds of thousands of this, what can be a higher bar?
And some announcement for Bihar and Andhra.
Yeah, he's
Because
saying
these
obviously
patients are packaged.
Amravati, you can expect something for sure. Bihar, you can expect something. But what's a big ticket announcement for you, Sumit?
Rishabhji, 5 things. I think it's very difficult to contemplate it on what can be. I think one will be economy. Internal security, you have to revamp the Sangathan because there's a lot of elections which are coming up. Third will be on the technology front, and fourth will be on defense. If you get 5 things off your table, whatever the ancillary things come out of that can be debatable. But if you get these 5 sectors on, India will again back in the 5th gear.
Okay,
And
it'll have to be structural announcements or popular announcements. Okay, all right. Quickly, Dr. Rao, big ticket. What's big ticket for you?
Reforms is also brought in as a big ticket because delays in court leads to a lot of illegal activities because there is no fear of being put. You talked about these 2 terrorists in jail getting elected. The reason is things don't move in court and the police doesn't do their investigations properly. This is why I'm repeatedly saying that we need judicial reform. And foreign investors you are talking about, where will they come if there is any litigation, it's stuck in court, they are very unhappy. This is a very important big ticket thing and the central government has to do it. It can't be done on a state-wise.
Okay, within the 100 days.
Other hot potato tickets can be done on a state-wise, but this can't be done by the state.
Okay, Joyita, quick 10 seconds, I'm going to wrap up.
Well, taxation reform, the message has, the middle class believes that the government doesn't do anything for it. So I think that they need to change that perception. And of course, thrust in areas like education, health, focus on the middle class, apart from just the poor.
Okay, so we're going to find out very shortly because the ministers will take charge tomorrow. The 100 days of Narendra Modi's government begins as we speak. This is 3.0. The cabinet ministers have gotten their jobs. Now, of course, once a few of the bilaterals take place through the course of the morning with the guests who have arrived from five nations. Narendra Modi himself, as I mentioned, has to attend a G7 meeting just a few days, and he's got a lot of things to get done. We are told the plan is already in place. So now we are waiting to observe it, to see it, and to absorb it, and to see what the opposition does in its re-energized form as it comes our way. I thank my guests for taking on the long marathon with us today on a very important day, history, no doubt. We take a break. See you in a minute.